Every time there is a crime in the US, everybody always wants to know, why is it that in the United States there's so much violence? Now, I'm going to tell you that today, and remember it so that we always know where it came from. It started with a small family, whether you call them the Rothschild or Rockefeller or whoever, right? They came into a land and they told us that they discovered the land, called it America. In reality, you don't discover a land that already has people who live in it. They killed everyone in that land and then took it, made it their own. That is where crimes began. When you take away people's land, the blood that you spill in that land begin to ask for justice. Now, when it wasn't enough, they went to Africa, took black people and brought them into the so-called America, started building it. When they no longer needed those people, they shipped them into islands that they call either Jamaica, Haiti, you name them. The ones who were still needed remained in the US, and they started segregation. When black people in the US decided that they wanted to unite, the same people sent the KKK, destroyed all their businesses so that they never prosper. Then they killed everyone in their community who wanted to encourage them to unite. Then they came up with laws claiming that whether you're black or white, you're not equals. However, to keep them divided, what they did is to create two political parties. They will call the left and the right, conservatives and liberals, Republicans and Democrats. They told the right that their job was to remain Christians and remind everyone that this country was built on Christian values and made them believe that they were better than everybody else. And for the liberal, they gave them the responsibility of promoting woke agenda and homosexuality. Anyone who wanted to wake people up and try to tell them to unite and be one, they killed. From Martin Luther King to John F. Kennedy, Malcolm X, Robert Kennedy, they got rid of all of them. We knew that the two political parties, the right and the left, were fake because we could see how easily politicians can change from one to the other. And while they kept the population fighting and hating each other, at the same time, the puppet politicians, bought by big corporations, are passing laws to enrich those corporations while impoverishing most of the people. And to keep everyone in the country, they brainwash the people, making them believe that everything outside of the US is a third world, while the US alone is the best country on earth. Now you know where violence comes from. The United States spills so much blood that the blood of those who die are asking for justice. You don't believe in dead people asking for justice? Fine. Let's talk about the living. For regular citizens to survive in the US, they need to work at least 2 or 3 jobs. Even while working those jobs, most people cannot pay their debt. This is modern slavery. While people must work like animals, they are being fed processed food that keep everyone sick because majority of the population in the US have either diabetes, high blood pressure, or obesity. And if you end up in a hospital, you will come out of there with more death. How about veterans, militaries, those who go to wars thinking that they're fighting to defend their country? When they get there, they massacre innocent people and realize that they're only there to defend the interest of big corporations. When they return, they either get depressed, sometimes commit suicide, and when they don't commit suicide, they're out there in mass shootings. Now, with most of the people living this way, why wouldn't it be violence? People are depressed, unhappy, constantly sick, tired of working in a modern slavery system where they never own anything and are in constant debt, while the rich bend laws into their favors, and most of the population, when they're not sick, end up in jail or end up homeless. When people are unhappy, they end up committing crimes. And that is why there is a lot of crimes in the US. What is very sad is the fight between the so-called conservative and liberal. These people don't understand that this is a project that was put together by the deep state to keep people divided. Those who call themselves believing in God, Christians, They spend time judging everyone. But I don't remember the time when Jesus judged anyone. These people know who's going to hell, how they're going to hell, and when they're going. They reject everything else, insult everybody else's religion. Then they call themselves people of God. While Jesus embraced the prostitute, fed the hungry, these people insult those that they don't agree with, reject them, and accuse those who suffer of laziness. The God who creates everyone knows exactly the road that each one is going to take. Even when those people disagree with God, God still gives them life. And if God gave them life without judging them, who are you all to judge people? Then you have the fake liberals who promote homosexuality, woke agenda, most specifically to the children who don't have the age to make those decisions. And they call that freedom. These two groups promote hatred and are the biggest problem we have because they are extremely brainwashed. Now, this man have died, killed by this atmosphere of hate. Whether it is the deep state that killed him or it is one person in the majority of the population, one thing that is for sure is that it is only one who benefits from this division and hatred. And that is the rich, big corporation, those who put together this enslavement of system. We must understand one thing. We die the way that we live. And if you didn't understand anything that I say here, the most important thing that I want you to understand is this. It is not because one tells the truth that he is right. Let that sink in.